What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Heel Hookers Podcast, episode 70. Let's fucking go. We got UFC 297 to get into, talk about, review, all that good stuff. But before that, as always, maybe like and subscribe, drop a comment, it helps out. Let's fucking go. But first, UFC pay-per-view of the year from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, in the books, UFC 297. Not the greatest pay-per-view overall at all. No. Heading into it, I feel like it was okay, like on paper, you know what I mean? Like I was pretty excited for some of the matchups. There were some good fights said, but at the end of it all, did not really deliver at all. 12 fights on the card overall. We got 5 finishes. Got 4 finishes in the first 4 fights, and then just split, unanimous, split. Had a finish, split in the it was fucking split decisions all over the place.
Yeah,
there were some wacky scorecards from these Canadian judges. Weren't even Canadian, you know. You got fucking the normal style D'Amato, all that shit on there, but
whatever.
Yeah,
it was just definitely a wacky night in cards in Canada.
Oh yeah,
100%.
But let's get into it. We start at the top, as we always do. Middleweight title fight. Sean Strickland looking to get that first title defense in against Dricus du Plessis. Does not succeed. Dricus gets a split decision win over 5 rounds. Going, like, as I was watching it, going into the 5th round, I thought it was 2-2. And it's funny because like afterwards Dricus was saying that he didn't even think Sean won the 5th round, and it's like, bruh, like the 5th round was such clearly like that was such a Sean round. Going like after just I don't know, like kind of looking back at it, like just strikes and just different things, I feel like 1 in 5 are very easily Sean Strickland rounds, and I think round 4 was the most clear round for Dricus. 2 and 3 is where most people seem to be kind of back and forth,
which I thought was like kind of interesting, because to me I thought that round 2 was like the real toss-up. I thought that 3 was clearly Dricus. Like, you know, he started to really pick it up. That's when he started to really land the damaging shots. That's when he got Strickland leaking. And I feel like people aren't taking into account that it's like the damage per round. So you can't look at Dricus's fucked up face because he was getting jabbed to shit in round 1 and 2 and then be like, oh, you know what I mean? He's losing because the damage, when like more damage didn't necessarily accumulate from round 3 as to where he started putting it on Sean that round.
Yeah.
And so that's why I thought it was more clearly Sean. I mean, Dricus. Like, I thought that he was just landing the more impactful shots. He was just hurting him, and you know what I'm saying? Like, he just cut him open, had him leaking. Like, I thought that round was like clearly his. 3 and 4 I thought were pretty clear.
And that was the thing. I actually went back and watched the 3rd round like multiple times because that was the swing round in the judges' scorecards. And that's the swing round that I had, because I had it 1 and 5 Strickland, 2-4 Dricus. So I'm trying to watch that round, and that round is literally so fucking close, because he didn't start leading until the 4th round. That's when he actually started.
See, because I thought it was in the 3rd round that he got the little cut over like by his eye, and that's when it like it was over here, and then in the 4th round is when like it was all on the other side.
Nope. 4th round. So that's where I'm coming from, is like, it's just that 3rd round is so close. Literally, they are 1 strike apart.
Yeah, and it's because Weasel's always real good at close fights, you know, just doing his little who really won, and he like went through like the 2nd and 3rd round, and he gave both of them to Dricus and like going back to you know, like do it all and shit.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, after like even him going through it, it's like with the 2nd round, it was like, yeah, I feel like that should have been Strickland's round. Like the damage was just pretty comparable. And then it just like Strickland just edging it out in like the strikes too. It's just also funny because kind of like watching him do that, it's like him saying the strikes that landed do not add up to what the official like stats are. So it's like also kind of funny just looking at that. Either way though, it was a pretty solid fight overall. I felt like both of them really got to just like they just both got to display different things. Dricus, I did not expect him like with thinking that Sean should have won like rounds 1 and 2. I did not expect Dricus to be able to like do good in the back half 3, 4, and 5. You know what I mean?
Like, yeah, like because we were all wondering how his cardio would hold up over 5. Yeah.
Exactly. It like that was just very impressive. The amount, like honestly, the output between both of them, like. After 25 minutes, Strickland attempting 419 strikes, Dricus attempting 358, getting 6 out of 11 takedowns.
Like, that was one thing, is that Dricus really, like, did draw a fight out of Sean. Like, at first, like, he really kept it slow-paced and didn't fight his normal fight where, like, he would follow more shots up instead of just, like, a nice 1-2. He would just, like, you know what I mean? He wasn't following it up like he normally would.
Yeah.
But once he did start actually putting some pressure in, that's when you saw Sean actually start throwing more than just his 1-2 or front. You know what I'm saying? Like, the left hooks, the right hands, like, he was really actually bombing on Dricus, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And because, just... You know, like, in the lead up to this, like, a little bit while ago, like, me and Kate went through, like, watched all of Dricus's fights back, and that was, like, the thing, like, really noticing is that, like, he just does good in, like, following up in the exchanges when I feel like when people don't expect him to, and I thought that with Strickland having such good defense and, like, you know, just being able to, like, play that game, that those extra shots that Sean wouldn't be expecting coming, that's what would like get through the guard, and that's why I thought Dricus would be able to get like an earlier finish. But I do really think that it was just like because he goes for like the 1-2, like maybe a third shot, everything's missing. Sean's backing up, circling out. It's like he's probably just like, I don't want to just keep on missing and just swinging at air. You know what I mean? Just getting even more tired. So it just Strickland's defense really did hold up for like most of it. Dricus did go only 23% to the body. I feel like if he targeted the body a little bit more, he probably could have ended up landing more to the head. But like Strickland consistently throughout the fight, again, checking leg kicks, very good of him. Like I really feel like that camp leading into the Izzy fight, like he tuned up his game to like account for the leg kicks. Like that's not anywhere near of a problem as what it used to be.
No, 100% on that. Definitely agree on that. It's not as much of a problem for Cardiff as we'll talk about later on the card, as it usually is. So I feel like that whole camp's just doing a lot better with it.
Yeah, man, it's fucking Extreme Couture, Eric Nixick. It's a great team that they fucking got down there. And it's like, you know, Strickland said that he thought he did enough to win. Dricus thought that was an easy win for him. It was just such a close fight. However you end up scoring it either way, it's like at the end of it, it was like, I thought Strickland won, but you can't really be mad either way on how that was scored. It was such a close fight. Yeah,
no. I do agree with you on that.
But yeah, it is fucking solid main event. Dricus gets it done. New middleweight champ. Crazy that this time last year, like over this past year, we have gone through 4 different middleweight champions. Poetan started the year with the belt. Izzy took it from him. Sean took it from Izzy, and now Dricus gets it off Sean. It's just been going all over the place.
Oh yeah.
With that, Dricus said he's a little bit banged up. Obviously, that fucking the jab from Strickland, like, because he even said that it felt like he got fucking like rocks in his hand when he was just jabbing him up, which is really funny for him to say after calling him pillow hands from the little dust up in the fucking audience, you know. But yeah, he said that he's a bit banged up, but 300 sounds nice to him. It's gonna be him versus Izzy, right? Like that's.
Yeah, I mean, Dana said they didn't want to do the immediate rematch, which makes sense because this was Sean's first defense, you know? So, no reason for it. And if it's not Sean, who else is there right now? I mean, if it's not Izzy.
The only other person who I would say would qualify for it is Cannonier, but they're not going to do that.
Nah. It's
not for 300.
Yeah.
No.
It's...
No, hell no.
It's just funny, too, like, I don't know, seeing people... like wanting the instant rematch between Dricus and Sean.
That pisses me off.
Like
I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know, it doesn't like I just think that it's funny. Like it's just all the times where they don't want to see instant rematches between like more deserving champs or like better fights, whatever, and then this one they're just like, nah, just run it back. It was close.
Because of who Sean is as a person, not as a fighter.
Yeah, that's true. Dana said that he thought Sean Strickland won that fight. Drika said that was bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just funny shit, man.
It
I
is
mean,
what
like,
it is.
going into it, you know, you had fucking Sean being like, "Oh, we're gonna like put on a war and stuff." It wasn't quite a war, but it was still just a solid, good fight overall.
If there was more of what happened in like the last part of the 5th round had happened, then yeah. But
Sean, that 5th round really fucking sitting down on some big right hands and left hooks, like really just fucking swinging and bombing on Drikas. I wish he was able to get it done, man. That would have been so cool. But yeah,
right.
Now it's just funny too. Another fight where just should easily have fucking Drikas versus Izzy in Africa, but there's gonna be like, nah, just
300.
bring it to Vegas. But yeah, is what it is. Drikas the champ, good for him. But that's gonna bring us into the second championship fight, which going into it, I was like, this isn't gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a good performance, or it's gonna be not good shit across 5 rounds. And Rocky gets it done, man. I mean,
Good for Rocky. Myra absolutely shit the bed, man. I was so disappointed in that performance. Like, I cannot believe how tired she got, what she was not able to do. Like, she cannot go around saying that she has the best striking in the UFC and then stand in front of Rocky and look like that. Like, don't get me wrong, Rocky's solid. And, like, her boxing was looking real fucking good last night. But it was just, that's so crazy. And then on Rocky's hand, it was just so annoying because she was doing good on the feed out at distance, but just her instinct to fucking put someone on the clinch up against the cage, she just wouldn't stop. And her corner told her, like, yo, you are doing good. There's no reason to wrestle her. There's no reason to clinch her. And then what does she do the second the round starts? Up against the cage. And she kept doing that shit. It could have been much better, but I mean, it could have and it could have been. Like,
yeah.
If Rocky just could have dropped those instincts and actually like left it and just, you know, beat her up, I think that would have been even more fun than it was. But what we got was, it sucked.
Yeah. Like across the 25 minutes, the most notable stats that they showed throughout the fight was the control time for each of them. Because at the end of it, Rocky had 11 and a half minutes of control time and Myra had 9 minutes of control time. That equals up to about 20 and a half minutes of the 25-minute fight.
Like, I can't even believe, looking at the stats later on, that it showed even 134 were landed out of 201 significant strikes by Rocky, because it didn't even seem that way. Like you said, they weren't even showing the striking stats because of how little was thrown. But I'm also wondering how much they considered significant, because there was a lot of just like little pitter-patter shots, just a little slappy shots, you know, that weren't significant by any means. But
you gotta remember that they also count all distance shots as significant strikes. So any strike at distance is a significant strike.
Okay.
Sure. When it comes to when it comes to like the UFC's like stats. Also, I'm going through on your mic. I can hear me.
What was the problem before? Go.
So, but yeah, no. A lot of their stats are weird when you like look at their breakdowns, because it's like, significant strikes are also at any strike at distance and any strike that is, you know, significant in terms of like damage and things like that. So
that's stupid.
That is stupid, but either way, yeah. Rocky for champ, yay!
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely cool for her to be able to get that, but yeah, man, it just.
I wanted Myra to win. She's a bit younger, and in her other fights where she's actually getting the finishes, you know, it just kind of looks like we could have more fun. But with Rocky as champ, all I can foresee is, like, if it's not, I think that Pena can beat her. But if that doesn't happen, it's just going to be her beating people the same way she did Myra last night. Yeah, man. Like,
as I was watching that, it's like, Juliana Pena beats both of them. As sad as that is to say, is definitely man, like I don't know, like maybe Rocky could put on a similar performance, like against Juliana. Like, you know, maybe she could touch her up, like, just enough on the outside and then just clinch her and grind out a decision win. You know what I mean? Like, I guess maybe. But all I know for the hopes of this division, there's only one hope left. The Iron Lady. She's coming back. She's knocking out Norma, and then she's beating all these fools at the top of the division. She's our only hope for Juliana Pena to not be champ. Hey, she subbed her once before. Maybe she could do it again at damn near 40 years old. You know what I mean?
Fucking insane.
Oh my god.
It's not a great division, man. I don't like.
It's not. It just isn't.
Like, yeah, it's like good for Rocky, but it really is just kind of crazy that with just a simple boxing and clinch game, 2024, she's now the women's bantamweight champ. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, I can't believe how not ready Myra was to go 5.
Oh yeah, no. By the fucking
100%.
by the end of the third round, she was fucking done, man. Like you
what
fucking
was it? After the second round, she was dumping her fucking water all over her, or was it the third round?
That might have been at the end of the second round.
Because I feel like it was pretty early to be doing that. She's just in the corner, deep breaths, chugging the water, dumping it all the fuck over her, and it's like, bro, you got a long way to go still. You
put her hands up and was like, let's go. And even the commentator was like, maybe wasting some energy doing that.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, because like that's the crazy thing too. Like round 1 in term, like Myra 31 attempted strikes, total strikes, not even just significant. 31, 2 for 2 on takedowns with 3 minutes 20 seconds of control time. 41 in the second round, 0 for 1 on takedowns, 2:46 control time. And then from there, just the drop off. 23 attempted, 10 attempted, 13 attempted across 3, 4, and 5. Like, her takedowns were fucking dog shit.
Yeah, control time went from 135, 110 to 6 seconds.
Yeah, it was real nice how she got that fucking ninja choke on Holly Holm in the fucking clinch.
Yeah.
But when fucking Rocky isn't like bending down, just putting her head right in the center, it's like, stop trying to wrap that up. The position isn't there.
Right, and
like,
you're showing it so much now that of course she's not going to go for that and put herself in that position.
Exactly.
Yep.
And then it was fucking like her going in on the takedown. Like at one point, I think it might have.
It was later on, right?
Okay, sorry, I was looking for the submission attempts. Okay, I get they only because I think maybe it was in the 4th round where because I guess they only accredited Rocky with 2 sub attempts in the 5th round, but I could have sworn it was like in the 4th where Myra goes like shoots in on the takedown and then like she just threatens like the choke and like the guillotine, and then it was like the next round she just goes and like does the same shit again, and it's like I don't know, man. That was just so terrible from Myra. Yeah, I don't really got much else to say on that.
No, there's nothing else to say.
Well,
35 sucks.
Yeah,
it does. And I just saw this, so sorry for the interrupting the flow, but Alex Pereira out here teasing a return to middleweight after Strickland loses the title.
You get Strickland versus Duplessis. I mean, Pereira versus
Alex
Duplessis.
versus. Yes, please. Please knock off Dricus's fucking head.
I have zero interest to see Poetan back at 85. I only want to see him get bigger and stronger and then go up to heavyweight. He's got no reason to go back down to 85.
Triple champ.
Well, I'm saying triple champ. I don't know, man. It just, especially like being at 205 now, like he was already saying before, like how the fuck I make 185, like he's gonna go back down. Like, nah.
No, yeah.
I don't think that would be good for him. But yeah. So from one terrible performance in Myra Bueno Silva to another, Mike Malott. This was
another man who Myra wasn't ready to go 5. He wasn't ready to go 3.
No, and it's like, okay, because so he attempted 79 total strikes in the second round, which I kind of don't remember him doing that much.
Yeah.
Like when we got into the third round and I saw how tired he was, in my head I'm just like, you have not done enough across the first two to be this tired at all. Because it was 31 total strikes, and all of his total strikes were significant in round one. 31 attempted, no takedown attempts. He had 2 for 2 takedowns with 79 attempted strikes in the second round. And then he was done. Just done.
Yeah.
Round 3, Neil lands 80 total of 98 attempted strikes in that third round. Finishes him off with a third round TKO. Hasn't gotten a fucking TKO win since 2018 in the UFC.
It was just a bad performance for Mike. Because it's like, even in round 1 with only throwing what he did, weren't a lot of them leg kicks too?
Yes.
Like, he was just staying out at distance. Yeah, 48%
targeted to the leg.
Yeah, targeted to the leg overall. 42 to the head. Like,
yeah. He was trying to fucking do that Ian Gary shit to him, but just was nowhere near as impressive with it.
Yeah, I mean, and then when he finally started trying to pick it up and still half of those strikes going to the legs in round 2, he got exhausted.
Yeah.
He got fucking exhausted. Like, it's just...
Yeah, like it... Yeah, like round 1, fucking 17 of
20 landed strikes.
Yeah, were to the legs. That's basically all he did round 1 was kick his legs. And then he went for the grappling in round 2, and then had nothing in round 3.
Yeah.
Canadians' hope for a good prospect is absolutely toast.
Yeah.
Yeah, still waiting.
Canada just can't produce good prospects anymore.
Nah.
They had GSP.
Apparently.
They had Rory. And then they had nobody.
It's like, yeah, like they make some like there's some like, you know, like decent fighters.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like they are good fighters overall, but it's like to get that prospect, to get someone in the top 15, to get like an actual great fighter.
Yeah.
They just cannot at all. Just even in the top 15, like there's just, I don't think there's a single person ranked in the top 15.
I don't think there's a single Canadian 15 ranked fighter.
Yeah.
No.
Like it's definitely been a rough patch for them. And it just isn't getting better. But I mean, good for Neil Magny. He consistently trades wins and losses, still getting it done, getting a little bit older. Gets just normally a decision winning machine, but pulls out a finish in this one, so that was good for him.
No, yeah.
Next fight though, Chris Curtis, Andre-Barriault. Heading into it, figured that it should be Chris Curtis's fight, but I kind of thought that sneakily Mark might be able to get it done. Chris gets the split decision win. I thought it was pretty hilarious to hear 2 30-27s for Chris Curtis and then a 29-28 for Andre-Barriault.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Canada, man. I don't know.
It was on some shit.
All over the place with the scorecards. But that third round, when they were just fucking standing in front of each other, just fucking inside boxing for basically the entire shit, that was some real nice work between the both of them, honestly.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, both of them attempted and landed pretty damn good amount of strikes, honestly. 262 attempted for Chris Curtis, 245 for Andre-Barriault. No attempts in grappling at all, just in front of each other, just swinging it out for the solid 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, Jimmy, you want to take a guess at who the 29-28 for Andre-Barriault was?
Sal?
Derek Clearly.
Clearly.
The other one?
Watching that fight correctly. Yeah, that is a solid fight. Nothing too crazy about it. Wasn't the most hype going in. Not the most hyped coming out of it.
The third round was the most fun out of all 3 rounds.
Yeah, that was the one that I paid the most attention to.
So,
but yeah, then we go on to the last fight on the main card. Going into it, zero expectations for a good fight at all. And they honestly delivered above my expectation. Arnold Allen, Movsar Evloev. Movsar gets the decision win, remains undefeated, 18-0. What's that? 8 wins in the UFC now, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. All decisions still keeps that win streak alive, so that's pretty fun.
Yeah, it's funny Dana saying that this was like the most boring fight you could ever see, but honestly, I don't know. Maybe it's because our expectations were low and they delivered better, but it really wasn't bad of a fight.
Yeah, no. It's just like funny because I don't know, like looking at the striking numbers, you know, like afterwards
compared to others, yeah,
like they were much lower, like across the 3 rounds. But it's like I still thought that it was good. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, even because Movs are always shooting on the takedowns and stuff, but Arnold just able to roll out of things, scramble out of things. Like it was a lot of fun transitions.
Yeah.
It was just I thought it was a good fight.
No, hell yeah.
No, same.
Because it was. Let's go.
No, I was going to say, I was just surprised by Dana's apathy towards this fight.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Do you think he's just
worst fights on the card?
He just doesn't like Movsar, and so he's just sad that he won?
I think
by
so.
decision again.
Yes.
Probably because I'm sure that he saw that he was an undefeated Russian prospect coming in, who had, before coming into the UFC, he had a lot of finishes, you know, RNCs, head kicks, punches, like just he was finishing people. Gets into the UFC and it's decision after decision after decision, and he probably thought like, oh, I have this exciting fun guy that I could come in and push forward, and now he's feeling like he can't do that. So he probably just super indifferent to him.
Yeah. That's a good point. But I mean, with it, like, because the grappling would. Like, I mean, honestly, the grappling and the striking, it was like, how is Movsar going to do in the striking with Arnie? How is Arnie going to do in the grappling with Movsar? It was very, like, just, how's that going to play out? And honestly, kind of just similar to, like, the Vulcan-Islam fight, where they both showed out in, like, the opposite ways.
Yeah, because Movsar looked much better in this fight than he did in his last one. I mean... He did say, though, coming in, that when he went into the Diego Lopez fight, he was coming off of Ramadan, so obviously just your body's not fully 100%. But respectfully, even though he had a fight camp, he was not ready to fight a Diego Lopez. He was ready to fight, who was it, Bryce Mitchell?
Yes.
He was ready to fight a Bryce Mitchell. Diego Lopez is a very different person. I mean, he was still able to get that decision over him and beat him, but like we're starting to see that he is clearly like a good fighter, and he's going to be in the rankings soon himself. So like to know that he's coming off of Ramadan and like getting Diego Lopez short notice, it's like, okay, this was definitely a good improvement from that, and it shows that maybe those were just consequences of the circumstances, you know?
Yeah.
No, 100%. I understand that.
Because, like, Arnie out at distance, his, like, the fucking down blocking, and just, like, before Movsar could get his hands on him, his fucking takedown defense was absolutely beautiful. Like I said, down blocking, the sprawling, it was so good to watch from Arnie. But then, goddamn, once fucking Movsar was able to get, like, a body lock grip around him, there was points where he was just kind of tossing him around and just... can't fucking hold the motherfucker down, though. Arnold is so explosive, so athletic. It is fun to like watch him fight, and like it just there's just too many times where I just feel like he's just not doing enough on the feet. You know what I mean? It's like he just has to commit a little bit more. I mean, honestly, even if like he fucking tried to like take down Movsar and like, you know, put the like offensive grappling on him, I feel like that would have been interesting to see. But just Movsar, just a solid ass fighter everywhere, just really been fucking improving. Gets this top 5 win, but like I was kind of thinking going into it, he beats Arnold. Where the fuck does that actually even take him? And with Dana White fucking talking like how he was with like that performance, bro, dude's probably like
still 3 fights away from a title shot.
Like it, because I'm thinking like he probably fights like number 7 or something, and that's Calvin Kattar at this point, and he's fighting Aljo. Like, if Aljo beats Kattar, like the disrespect to both Movsar and Aljo that they get, they might end up fighting each other.
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Well, I was about to say Movsar could end up fighting the loser of Yair and Ortega.
Yeah, he could
that
get the
too,
loser
like-
of that. He could get like a fucking Giga. Like I don't like.
No, yeah, because he just fought, and with Ramadan coming up again, and them like those fights being booked for the next couple months, like I'm sure it lines up for him to fight loser winner of whatever fight,
Yeah. It fucking sucks. Because it's like rightly he should get the winner of Yair and Ortega. Like worst. You know what I mean?
And have like a number one contender spot.
Yes. Because it's like, I mean, for me, I'm assuming that it's like Yair just being Ortega, you know what I mean? But it's like he just lost to Volk, like, after winning the interim title, so it's like, I mean, I know Ortega shouldn't be in the top 5, but he is. So if he beats him and then he beats fucking Movzar, like undefeated just coming up, it's like, how do you, like, especially if Ilya's the champ, how do you not fucking do that? You know what I mean? Like, but featherweight's at a just a weird spot right now. Just kind of,
it is.
We just got to see honestly what happens with Volk and Ilya, like for the because it's like if Volk wins, then it's like. Now we're really just in a weird spot.
We're fucked.
No, yeah, for real.
Max is still just beating everyone. He still doesn't. Yeah. He still won't be able to get a title fight because I know he's going up now, But it's like, shit's just kind of all over the place. It just sucks too because it's like if Volk wins, it's like when you clear out a division, it's like that's when you do a super fight. It's like he's already done lost twice to Islam. Like he's got to stop fighting so much.
Yeah.
Oh man, but 145. It's a fun division though. Good for Movzar. I'm happy that he was able to get it done. Arnie on a 2-fight losing streak now, pretty rough, but it's like you lost to Max and Movzar. There's really no shame in that. Take a little bit of a step back. He could build back a win streak and be right back into the mix.
Yeah, and before we move on real quick, can we talk about the knees?
Oh, yeah.
Because we need to unify the fucking rules. Like, the actual fucking rules of MMA. We need to stop allowing commissions to be like, no, it's this rule set. No, it's this rule set. It's like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Let's have one unified rule set and do that.
Yeah.
And 2, let that rule set include knees to the head of a grounded opponent.
Yeah, they're not going to do that, though.
I know.
But so what the rule is that it's like with the hand, it has to, like, if the hand is down, it has to be, like, weight-bearing and basically, like...
Nope. Not in Canada.
No?
No, yeah, because that's the thing. Like with commissions, is that in some places it's just it could be the fingertips touching. For other places, you have to be weight bearing. For like
I know that it's all different, but
so that's what they were saying.
Weasel made like a video, and so because that's like that was like the rule that he used. So I assumed that he looked up the Canadian rule, so he wasn't even right with that. So what's the rule in Canada on that then?
So the rule is literally like fingertip. Like basically, if your hands are on the ground in any type of way, so if your fingers are on the ground, no weight bearing. Like
you're grounded.
You're grounded.
Okay, so then they were illegal strikes.
They're illegal, but like that's the problem. Is like that should not be something that a referee and a fighter has to figure out on the spot. Basically, like going into a fight, like trying to remember, is it this or this?
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure the refs like backstage are supposed to tell them all the rules and like go over all of that. Like, so it's like if it's like if the ref doesn't fucking know and isn't saying that, then that's just terrible.
I know.
You know what I mean?
What you're.
So it's like the fighter should be informed of that.
No, but you're misunderstanding my point. It's like when you're in that position, actually in the fight, like you trying to look at that and be like, is his hand touching the ground at all or anything? It's just like the stupidest thing. Like that's why it shouldn't even be a rule.
No, yeah, for sure. But because it is, I do think that fighters, like, because we've been seeing it, like, often over the past couple of months, I do think that they should be a bit smarter about it in the sense that it's like, don't throw the knee to the head if their hands are even down just in fucking case. Like, I understand it's a position where it's like you can get some good knees in, but it's like, sometimes they're trying to hold you and their arms aren't down, but if they're down and you want to avoid that situation, just don't fucking do it. You know what I mean? Because it's like in Arnie's situation, it's not like he just threw one. It's like he kept doing that shit. And if you were informed of it and you see that the arms are down and they might be touching, they might not be touching, you don't know. It's like, bro, you got to get it together a little bit. But I do agree, just unify the fucking rule set to make it a bit easier so that, but since it's not, be careful.
Because it's like, yeah, with like the because it's like reminded me of like the Gay Guard and like Chris Weidman one, where it's like they're trying to like lift them up and like as they're doing it to like get their hands off of it, but it's like exactly that's just such a tricky game to play in split fucking moments like that. So it's like, yeah, he like might be trying to lift him up like as he's doing it, but it's like every single time he's throwing it, his hands are down. So
exactly,
it's
like you saw on the replays, like the knees hitting and then him grabbing to go like this and then back down and it hitting and back up, but they were on the ground every time, especially once he got to the cage.
Yeah. So I do agree, like, that overall it's like we should just allow that rule set. It's a much better one, but the general like commission, they're not going to do it.
They're horse shit, all of them.
Yeah, but I also feel like at this point, with the fact that one allows that and the UFC doesn't, they're not going to be like, yeah, let's change our rule set to make it easier for another promotion to come in and do their shit here. You know what I mean?
I get that.
Because, like, they're not going to come to Colorado because they're allowing that rule set for one.
You think they're going to stop going to Georgia now that one has one lined up?
When was the last time they went to Georgia?
That's true. I don't fucking know.
I can't remember. Like, they're... But yeah, so it's like fighters definitely do got to be smarter with that. But maybe one day we could just get the rule changed. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that wraps up the main card portion. The prelims, there were some more wacky split decisions all over the place. I feel like the funniest little thing was after Sean Woodson and Charles Jourdain go to a decision, and Bruce Buffer starts announcing the winner. It sounded like he started to say Charles. But the crowd and everyone was just screaming so much, and fucking Charles just like starts like celebrating like he won, and then DC walks over to Sean Woodson. It was just like, no, you won, and he's just like, it was just such a weird fucking moment.
He took the mic. He's like, hey guys, it's loud in here. You heard us wrong. We said Sean Woodson. Like Sean won, guys, not Charles.
Yeah.
Such a weird moment.
Yeah.
But that was a fun fight overall, though. Man, I just love watching Sean Woodson fight every single time. His build is just amazing for that fucking weight division. And he just, like, I don't know, his fucking just fakes and feints. He's, like, constantly moving all over the place, showing so many different, just different looks. And it's like, yeah, just Charles was not able to deal with that over the 15 minutes. And just all the fucking spinning fucking kicks from the outside and everything. Like, it just... Like, I'm pretty sure it was DC on the commentary that said, like, he wanted to beat Sean Woodson, like, on the outside game, and it's like...
That was dumb.
Yeah, dude's fucking, like, 5 inches taller than you and has a 9-inch reach advantage. What the fuck are you doing trying to fucking strike on the outside with him? Like, it... That's the thing with Charles, man. Sometimes he looks great, and sometimes he just does dumb shit, and it's like...
Yeah.
It's kind of, like, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that was one fight on the prelims that I was really looking forward to and excited for. Kate, you want to go into one that you were very happy with and excited afterwards?
So yeah, I wasn't necessarily looking forward to this fight going into it, but Jasmine Jasudavicius beat the dog shit out of Priscilla Cachoeira. It was
beautiful,
insane. At the end of it, the total strikes landed were 326 for Jasmine to 26 against Priscilla.
Yeah.
Round 1, 135-5. Round 2, 110-2. Round 3, 78-19.
Yeah.
Jasmine definitely gassed the shit out of herself after those first 2 rounds, but I mean, respectfully so. She did a whole lot. And in the third round, it's not like she was losing. She just couldn't get her down and do the same that she did in the first 2, and it was a bit more but like, you know, so it was a bit more stand-up-y until she did end up getting like 2 minutes of control time and still just beating the shit out of her until the end and getting the Darce choke and finishing the fight. It was fucking beautiful. Like, it's just 100%. From start to finish, she just demolished fucking Priscilla.
Yo, Ginger, I got one question real quick.
Yeah.
How did you feel when Priscilla started walking out and you heard Zombie come over the fucking the shit, and that was the song that she walked out to?
I hope Jasmine Jasudavicius beats the dog shit out of her.
Yep.
Yeah. Super displeased with that. I was so upset, and I was even more mad, but that my natural body reactions couldn't help but give me the goosebumps and think of the Korean Zombie.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, this isn't for you, bitch. What the hell?
Bro, Like, yeah, because she's just such a fucking dirty fighter. Just fucking
She
like
is.
eye gouging and fucking fish. Like, just so many fucking crazy things.
Even when Jasmine was on top, it looked like her reactions were just going up, going to her eyes. Like, nothing that we could call or actually say for sure, but it genuinely looked like she was just reaching up, trying to reach at things.
I think there was one point in the second round where it looked like her fingers were, like, going towards her mouth and shit, too. Like, yeah.
What do you mean? Like, when she was up against, like, when they were up against the cage and she was getting beat on, she was, like, she literally was grabbing the cage, trying to pull herself up out of it. Like, it's just, she cheats in every single fight. Get her out of the UFC. It's done. She's, like, what, 2-6 or something now?
She ain't great at all.
She just got 10-7'd in the second round.
Yeah. Every judge
like,
gave,
legitimately.
Yeah, like because obviously got finished in the third, so like they scored 1 and 2. Every judge gave round 1 10-8. 2 of the 3 judges gave round 2 10-8. 1 judge 10-7.
Yeah,
domination.
Which was the correct call.
Brutal. Yeah.
That was a 10-7 round if there was ever one.
Yeah, man, she got absolutely brutalized in there. Because as soon as I heard that shit, I got like so angry. I'm like, yo, you. Like, I don't care if your nickname's Zombie Girl. Don't you dare take his motherfucking song.
Right.
Like, oh my...
Yeah.
It made me so angry.
It's just funny because, like, on the card, Canadian guys went 0 for 7 on the card, but Jasmine pulling out with a beautiful fucking performance.
Yep.
And then there was one more.
Yes. Jillian Robertson, the Savage. It was basically like... kind of as we thought. If Pollyanna doesn't get the finish round 1, then this is going to be Jillian's fight. Comes out with, surprisingly, the second TKO in her entire career, so that was pretty cool to see. Just fucking up our perfect.
I know.
Not getting us that second round sub. But yeah, second round fucking finish. That was... Like, she was just so much better in the grappling. Like, that's just really what it was.
Yeah, there was no question about that.
Yeah. I want to...
100%. So I'd say also, both are TKOs, Kenny Canada.
Damn, yeah, that's true. But yeah, round 2, fucking, 68 attempted strikes for Jillian, 2 minutes, 14 seconds of control time. Just put it on her. 1 of 1 on takedowns in both rounds. Just easy. It's just awesome to see. The one cool thing with that puts her tied number 2 most finishes for females in the UFC at 9. Only one that she is behind is Amanda Nunes by 1 finish.
Yeah, that's crazy. So Jillian is gonna pass that by like probably a good amount, if I'm gonna be honest, because she's only 28 years old. She got a nasty submission game on her, and if she keeps fighting girls outside of the top 15, she can keep getting wins and she can keep getting finishes.
Yeah, because like, I was just thinking about it. I'm just like, wait a minute. I'm like, she only has 10 wins in the UFC, and she only has 1 decision win.
Yeah,
that's like that. That's fucking awesome, man. Like 28 years old, right?
28
years old. 28. And you're 1 finish behind Amanda Nunes. Like, she's got 10 finishes in the UFC. You got 10 wins in the UFC, and you're 1 behind. That's pretty damn fucking crazy. Female Charles Oliveira in the works, right?
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, man. That's Yeah, if she can fucking hang around in the UFC till she's like 35, 36 or something, bro, I cannot wait to see how many submissions she's going to have. That's gonna be
what
fucking
I'm saying.
stupid.
Oh my god.
That's going to be fucking stupid, man.
100%. It's going to be...
Because it's like, I feel like she's going to be like one of those fighters probably for a while where it's like she's going to get like a couple good wins, then she's going to fight like an actual good person. She's probably going to lose pretty decently. She gets bounced back a little bit. They let her get a couple good wins, then you know what I mean? Like,
yep.
It's like, she'll probably have fucking double-digit losses pretty easily, but like...
Like, that's the thing is, she's definitely not like a top-tier fighter, but she's fun and she gets to finish. She's just great to watch, you know?
Yeah. 100%. 100%.
It's awesome. Ginger, how about you, though? Which fight on the prelims were you pretty happy with the performance?
Fucking Tavares and City. Holy fuck. These two laid it out there. You want to talk about a war? Evernustein, Strickland, Plessis. This was the actual war on the card. Like, what the fuck are y'all talking about?
Yeah. It was a very good fight. Tavares did come in fat boy, though. He did. Gotta give him that. I feel
he
like
came in missweight, but
I feel like that had to have played a factor. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And just like him being able to
Obviously.
hang in and endure all that. Like I feel like if he made weight on the money, dude might have gotten finished like at some point in that fight.
he might 100%.
Hopefully he invests in that nutritionist, like he said.
Yep. Yeah.
No, yeah, for real.
But yeah, that was a good ass fight though. Fucking banger.
Bro, how this man missed weight in their first fight too? What the fuck?
That's really funny. He refuses to fight him on weight.
Now, granted, that was by 0.3 pounds, not 3 pounds.
Yeah. Hey, some people they just either really gotta get a nutritionist or they just really gotta move up a weight class. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Bar is not big enough to be a 45er.
5'8", 70-inch reach.
Really? Is City just that big? How tall is City?
5'11", 72-inch reach.
Huh.
That's pretty big 35er.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. But yeah. Nah, they both got a 10-2 record after that, so good for them.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he was meant to win.
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, solid card overall. Not the best, not the worst, but hey, UFC 297 in the books. Let's fucking go. And that's going to bring us into our motherfucking Tapology picks, which Jim Bob Sherwood getting it done again 2 weeks in a row. Yeah. Guess who came in last?
Ginger?
Yeah. Hey, you don't want to clap for my first place? I'll root for your third place. Let's go. Right?
No, fuck you.
This was like in terms of the entire Tapology group, what a dog shit week for picking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you get fights like this, though.
Yeah, it's hard sometimes. 12 fights overall. I came in first place out of the three of us and in the group with 7 correct picks.
I came in second, like in the group and us with 6.
Yeah.
I came in 5th with 4.
Yup. Yeah, it was just...
Out of like, 12, 13 people?
It would be 12, right? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. But yeah, like not the greatest at all. Like I said, 7 right. I got 2 decisions, 2 semi-perfect. I got that Sean Woodson decision that really helped push me up in the group. Everyone else had Charles Jourdain winning that fight. So I was kind of happy I went with my gut on that one.
Yeah, I was unhappy about not going with my gut, and this is the one that truly, like, I gotta stop thinking so much, because I said it right before the fight. Got a sneaky feeling Sam Patterson gets it done, and then he did, but I didn't choose him, so I lost.
Yeah.
I should have went with the feeling.
And I got the Evweb decision, too, which that was
I had that, too, so.
Pretty easy one to guess.
Yeah.
But
I don't have my shit up, but... I said I don't have my shit up, but it was second place shit.
Yeah.
Jimmy Flick getting me the perfect right away with the second round submission. I know that.
Man.
I had the first round. I thought he would be able to get it done sooner. He got fucking manhandled for a little bit in that fight before he got the win. I was so scared.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, yeah, after the first few seconds, I was like, damn, Jimmy's losing this, huh?
Yeah.
Like, he's getting knocked out.
Got touched up on the feet, got tossed on the ground.
Dude, after the first, first half of that round, I'm like, I thought Gordon might have been able to win it. I should have just done that. Because my dad took Gordon.
Yeah, wild pick to take.
To be fair, after that first round, it was kind of looking like it was going to be his fight.
Nah, yeah.
Give me the brick.
Yeah.
Now 2-2 in the UFC. Yeah, dog.
Yeah.
Let's go. But yeah, Tapology, not the greatest, but hey.
No.
2-week win streak now. Jim Bob I got all the fight weeks first place in January. Now I got to keep that going in February. Let's go. Yes.
Not happening.
We'll see. But last thing that we can bring up is the draft this year. because we haven't really gone into that too much.
Yep.
And so far, it's starting out pretty fun. I've only had one person fight so far, and that was Movzar. Got my solid decision win. Hooray.
I've had 3 people fight, and 2 of them lost. Dricus, he got me the win. Myra lost, and Ricky Simone lost. Myra was the most disappointing.
Yeah.
Because Ricky at least had a good fight, and like, you know, I'm happy for Mario. That was good, but this, sad.
I've also had 3 people fight this here so far. Curtis got me my win. Johnny Walker took that terrible KO loss. Arnold lost that decision last night.
Yeah. That was our first head-to-head matchup. Movzar versus Arnie. Me and Ginger got a good amount of matchups already booked, ready to go.
No, yeah, Jeff Neal, Ian Gary, Jai Alton, Curtis. We got a couple.
I thought we had more. Maybe it was just those 3. That was like
it was
first
the
off
3.
And then I, in general, just have a lot of my fighters booked.
Yeah. So
No,
I mean, if you guys want, we could also just like, because last
let's-
year we did like the champion and then top 10 with an honorable mention. This year we extended that to the top 15 placed fighters and with honorable mention. Kate, you want to go through your list of guys?
Sure. Champion Islam, number 1 Brandon Moreno, Dricus du Plessis, Myra Bueno Silva, Corey Sandhagen, Ilya Taporia, Alexander Volkov, Song Yadong, Mohamed Makayev, Amanda Hebas, Natalia Silva, Jack Della Maddalena, Jonathan Martinez, Ricky Simone, Umar Nurmagomedov, Renat Fakhretdinov, and my honorable mention is Peyton Talbot.
Yes. And because, we did this like about like, what was it, end of December, beginning of January. It was in between the break the break of fights, so just like, funny and just Dricus as your number 2 pick, but got him as a motherfucking champ now. Let's go.
Yep.
Yep.
Ginger, you want to hit your
All
list?
right. My picks from champ down: Sean O'Malley,
Boo.
Max Holloway, Merab Dvalishvili, Tatiana Suarez, Arnold Allen, Curtis Blades, Manel Kopp, Johnny Walker, Jeff Neal, Vicente Luque, Jalen Turner, Lupe Godinez, Benoit Saint Denis, Chris Curtis, Alex Caceres, Tatsuya Taira, and Diego Lopez as my honorable mention.
Yeah, what an absolute fool to take Manel Kopp again this year after he barely got him to fight last year, and look how that shit started again. Yeah,
Beautiful.
Got Jalen Turner on there too again, who got fucking robbed crazy last year.
Can't happen twice in a row. Can't happen 2 years in a row.
Hey, there's been a lot of people in MMA with bad luck, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then for me, my top down, Pantoja for champ, Tommy Aspinall, Aaron Blanchfield, Rockman, Armin Saryukian, Irene Aldana, Nikita Krylov, Jailton Almeida, Brendan Allen, Movzar, Ian Gary, Derek Lewis, gotta have a fun one in there, you know what I mean? Steve Erceg, Karine Silva, Josiane Nunez, Lerone Murphy, honorable mention, Elves Brenner. I like my list. I got a lot of fun guys in there. But
Yeah.
I definitely don't have the most booked up fights compared to you guys and everything like that, but
I think most of my people.
it's all good. I'm
the
gonna get there. I just gotta hope that I just hope that Tommy Aspinall doesn't get fucked with fights this year, you know what I mean? Just hope that fucking Shavkat don't get held up for a fucking title shot, you know? Just gotta hope for those certain things.
Yeah.
Murphy already pulled out for me, motherfucker. Crazy.
Yeah, I was about to say, your next tough ones are Aaron against Manon Ferrell.
Easy.
Armin versus Oliveira.
Hard.
Versus Curtis.
Easy. You're losing
Brendan.
that matchup.
Wait, who?
Brendan
Giles.
versus
Giles.
Marvin.
That's really not that hard of a matchup for Brendan Allen.
Gary versus Neil.
Easy.
Lerone Murphy not being injured. He's gonna be your Manel Kopp. And then who knows who else Brenner fights.
That's one guy. It's all good.
The problem last year wasn't I had one guy. I had 2 guys not getting fights
Yeah.
for most of the year.
Yeah. Pete, you got a lot of really good people that
Yeah.
it kind of sucks that you got Corey and Umar because there's a good chance that they're going to fight each other.
There wasn't many good picks at number 14.
Yeah.
Not much at number 4 either, realistically.
Yeah, it's like Umar's just solid overall, and because it's like even if they fight each other, that's probably gonna be their both first fight, and then they'll both fight after.
Yeah. I was about to say, but it's like either way, Brandon got a fight booked, Ilya got a fight booked, Song Yadong got a fight booked, Muhammad got a fight booked, and Talia Silva got a fight booked.
Yup.
JDM got a fight booked.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got.
I forgot. That's a tough one though.
Yeah.
Fighting Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was about to say I have that same thing with like where you have Umar and Corey. I've got Marab and Sean, who could entirely fight within the year.
They're not fighting each other because Henry's gonna beat Marab, and then
No, he's not.
Sean's gonna beat Cheeto, and then he said he's going up to fight Ilya. So it's like,
yeah. So
that's
Ilya's
if Ilya
beat Sean,
which Katie has.
Might just have to root for Ginger in that one. You know what I mean?
It's not happening.
But hell yeah. The draft is looking pretty good this year. I'm excited. I think that was good that we extended it out to the top 15, get a little bit more fights, a bit more consistently. Have a little bit more fun. But other than that, ain't no more shit to talk about. That's going to wrap up this episode of the podcast. I hope everyone enjoyed it. It was a good one. If you agree, maybe like it, maybe subscribe, drop a comment, tell us how you feel. Tell us your thoughts on the fucking main event and all that shit. You know what I mean? Are you sad that Sean lost? Are you happy that Drekus won? How could you really be happy that Drekus won, you know? I don't know. Peace out, everyone. We'll catch you next time.